welcome to the 10th episode of my knitting podcast. It's been around 2 weeks since I recorded my last episode, and I thought I'd come here to just record a shorter episode. Normally my episodes are around like 45 minutes, and I have more knitting projects that I can share with you. That's not the case today, so I hope you still enjoy it. Please let me know if you prefer longer or shorter episodes. That just makes it easier for me. If I know what you prefer, then I can plan accordingly. I, at the moment, with not working really that much in my normal job, I can make it almost every week to record an episode. So yeah, a very brief introduction of myself for the new viewers. So my name is Anastasia. I am originally from Germany, but I have been living in the UK now for a bit longer than 1.5 years. And prior to that, I have been living in Iceland, and that is where I discovered my passion for knitting. So normally you will see a lot of Icelandic style knitting and Icelandic wool on my channel. Nevertheless, today I don't have that much Icelandic wool, or Icelandic knitting really, but I hope you still enjoy it. Yeah, and I think I'll just start with this episode. If you want to skip the live chat, there's not really that much to talk about, I will be very honest. But I will include a timestamp somewhere here, so you can just scroll forward. Oh, and before I forget to mention, I always forget to mention it, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Ravelry, you're more than welcome. I've got a group on Ravelry, but I've also got a fairly active account on Instagram, so you're more than welcome to jump over there. So I will include my name somewhere here on the screen, but basically it's the same as my handle here on YouTube. 2 weeks and nothing much has happened. I'll be honest, nothing happened. Oh my god, it is a bit. So until now I felt okay, but I'm finding it really hard lately. I feel my motivation is really down. If somebody would tell me it would only be another maybe 4 weeks till we can like have a normal life again, or a bit more normal, I could go with that. But because at the moment we don't know when this is getting a bit more normal, I find it really, really hard. And I think I'm not the only one, and I think it's okay to say it as well. I hope you have a good network around you to look after yourself, or people that care about you, and I hope you check in with your loved ones as well if they're okay. I know a lot of people are finding it hard, from my friends and family, and I think we just have to be kind to each other, otherwise it's even harder. I hope you're comfortable and comfy where you are. I am sipping my now cold tea since I've already recorded this episode before and I wasn't happy, so this is now cold tea out of my new cup. First of all, I'm drinking a yogi tea which is called Heartwarming, which was a present from my family, which is like the little things that I appreciate. I got like a parcel from my family last month, and these are the little things that I appreciate. So actually I am just sending a parcel over to them. I got us all, and all family members, I got us this cup here. It's a cup from Madam Stoltz. I think it's a Danish brand. They have very, very nice things for like interior and tableware. And I saw that one the other day when I was looking for ceramic cups or mugs. So yeah, I went very old school. I got all men in the family, I got them like a khaki color, and for all women I went for a natural color. But yeah, I just really like it. Makes me smile every time I have my cup of tea, and I hope they're gonna like it once they get their parcel. Yeah, I just find it sweet, the idea that we will be drinking our tea and coffee out of the same cup every day, even though we're spread yeah, over the world. Or maybe not over the world, but yeah, they're in Germany and I'm here, so yeah. And that's about it. Oh, just hurt myself with a knitting needle. Living on the edge. And I can start with my knitting contest. I think I never had that little to talk about. My sister asked me, she knew that I was sending a parcel because it's my mother's birthday this week, so she knew that I was going to send something, and she asked me whether I could make her a headband. A yellow headband, very specific, and she also sent me a picture with the style of headband that she wanted to have. So I thought, well, that's not going to be a problem for me. I had a look, or actually I knew right away which kind of wool I had in my stash. So I went for this yellow, I think it's I think it's merino. It's from Countess Ablaze, super bulky. I made a hat out of it once, and then I had quite a lot left because I think I bought 2 skeins in total. So I didn't really, I always wanted to use it up, and I quite enjoyed using up some stash. So I made this one. I actually made 3 in total. There we go. And it's a pattern by Mirella Moments. It's a free pattern. It's called the Crane Headband. And I'm not giving anything away because it's free, I can tell you. It's a nightcoat edge and basically slip stitches, so very easy to knit. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. So you just have to, when you go on Ravelry, there's a link to her blog, and then you can see, yeah, see the pattern there. I'll show you how it looks like. I made it quite tight just because I know that this will sort of loosen up once you wear it. I didn't wash and block it because I didn't really see the reason why to do it. Some might say I was too lazy to do it, but actually I thought the stitches look quite nice, and I remember when I washed the other hat that I made out of it before, I wasn't really happy with the end result, so or how it looked like after washing, so I thought I'd just leave it like that. I'm quite happy. So this is 18 stitches. This is a 18 stitches repeat, just like the pattern is asking for. And then I was running low on that one, and I thought I can just change it, and it even says, I think, in the pattern that you can change it. So basically I went for half the amount of stitches to make like a thin one, and this one is probably more like a something that you would wear, could even probably wear it indoors, I think. It's not really a head, well, not to warm your ears, but I probably wear it like that, maybe with your hair up or something like that. I don't know. You get what I mean. I hope they like it. My niece wears a lot of headbands, so I hope maybe she likes that. Yeah. If you are looking for that pattern, I will have a link in my description box down below. So you can just have a look. I think it's a really good pattern to make, because you can actually do it with every kind of wool that you have in your stash, and you can just knit headbands for all your friends. And that's it for finished objects. Hey, I didn't lie when I said I don't have that many projects to talk about. I've got another project that I'm working on that I can't show you at the moment, so I will share that a bit further somewhere in the future. So I'll talk about my work in progress. So I started the first sock pattern of the Sock Madness last episode. I talked about that a bit. I'll talk about it again in just a second, or just after I showed you the sock. And that is the 15s. They're called 15s by Ros Clarke. I think I knit on that maybe 2 evenings. So there's some bubbles over there, and then now I'm starting a lace pattern. And I'm using some yarn that I had in my stash, so I was really happy about that, that I can actually use up what I've got at home. This is a West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply. This is the colorway Cardamom, and then this one is the colorway Turmeric. And I saw that the testers had exactly, or they used around 62 grams from the main color, and I had 62 grams from my main color. It's a bit young chicken, but hey ho. Living on the edge, I just, to avoid any shorter sock than the other, to have a shorter sock than the other one, I divided the ball that I had into 2, so I've got 31 grams of balls here, and I hope that will be enough to make my size of sock. Let's see. I'm gonna use it up, which I'm very happy about. The 15s were basically bonus socks or warm-up socks of the Sock Madness. The Sock Madness is a sock knitting competition. It's the 15th this year, and that's why the pattern is called 15s. This pattern will only be available now at, I think, in June, after the competition finishes. But yeah, so if you haven't participated so far, you won't be able to get access to that pattern for the moment. You will have to wait a tiny bit. But yeah, so to explain a bit about the sock knitting competition, it is a competition where you now can sign up in the month of February. So you have to be member of the Sock Madness group on Ravelry, and you have to fill out the information of a Google document that you can all find there. And then in the beginning of March, you will get access to a pattern that will be part of the qualifying round. During that qualifying round, you have time to knit a pair of socks within 2 weeks. After these 2 weeks, so you have to knit the sock exactly like the pattern is written. Unfortunately, there's not much like space for modifications, but when you have submitted the pictures within the first 2 weeks, you then will be assigned to a team. These teams consist, I don't know of how many people, but they will all be sort of on the same level of your knitting experience or skills. So when you submit your information in the Google document, you can tell them if you're fast knitter, slow knitter, if you've got loads of time available or not, and they will try to put you in a good mix of people that knit that will sort of fit to your level. And then the competition starts. From then onwards, only a certain number of people of your group will then be able to get into the next round and the following round and so on. There's a total of, I think, 7 rounds, and it is actually very addictive. At least I really enjoyed it. I did it last year for the first time, and I enjoyed learning so many different things. I actually also enjoyed having a little bit of pressure, even though at some point I felt overwhelmed. I'll be very honest. At that time I was working a second job because my first job was already going very slow and we were all furloughed, so I didn't know what was happening, so I actually started a second job in last springtime, and therefore I couldn't keep up with the speed, and I managed to get into, I think, round 3, and then I stopped. But it is so much fun, and yes, it is very addictive. You might end up knitting until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because you just want to finish this sock, to take the picture, to get into the next round. And yes, it is very, very exciting. One thing that I have to mention though, if you're participating or if you want to participate, you really have to know that you don't have it is not really meant for you to make modifications of the sock. So you have to follow the pattern, you have to knit a certain size, a minimum amount of rounds when you knit the smaller sizes, and you can't really change that. You have to submit pictures, so very clear pictures of the finished socks, so that the moderators can actually see how many, if you really followed a pattern or not. And if you're interested, I will put it down below so you can just jump over to the group there. And I would just ask you, because obviously last year I learned it from a German podcaster. I learned about the sock knitting competition, and so I will ask you if you're coming. Basically, if I'm referring you to that group, I would just like to ask you to follow the rules, because I think it just shows some respect for the moderators who organize this event. I think it's so great that they take so much of their free time to organize an event for knitters from around the world. So it doesn't depend really, no, it doesn't matter at all where you are. And yeah, just read the rules before you sign up so you know what to expect. But then I would love to know if you have signed up, or if I could motivate or inspire you to try out something new. I learned so many things like last year. Before that I never really knew how to do the Kitchener stitch. After the sock madness, I now know it by heart. So little things like that really bring your knitting onto maybe another level. I don't know. Actually, before I go to the next category, I will just mention what I'm wearing, because I forgot to mention it. Hey, I'm all over the place today. Today I am wearing the Cloudberry Tee by Fiber Tales. This is a pattern I test knitted for her last summer, so I think you've already seen it once, but I just was fancying wearing it today. It's got a lovely color work on the sleeves. Other than that, it's very simple, there's not really much happening, but what I really like are these little bubbles on the sleeves. Stash acquisition. Not much. Actually, just something that I've been waiting for, and something that I've been wanting for quite some time, since I knitted the sweater for my boyfriend and it didn't work out. I was able to get some Icelandic wool via some friends that were in Iceland, so I ordered it from them, and they were able to get me some Alafoss Lopi. So I've got a sweater quantity here, and this is the colorway Light Ash Heather, and then this one is, I think, Indigo, so 0054 and 9958. I needed this one. I have the white still in stash, so I didn't need to order that. But I have to correct myself. Last time I said you cannot get it in the UK. I think you can't get it anywhere really. Some shops might still have a little bit left, but the problem is that Istex is struggling to produce the wool, because there's so much demand for Icelandic wool. So that is the main reason why you can't get it. Second reason here in the UK is Brexit, but that's another thing. But yeah, I'm so happy I finally got it and I can start knitting that, because I feel very bad about not having finished that for him yet. And then that's about it. I have nothing to share with you as an inspiration, because I'll be honest, I am lacking of inspiration at the moment. So if you have anything that you can recommend me doing or having a look at, let me know. The only thing we're watching at the moment is Downton Abbey, like I mentioned last episode. You probably all have finished that already. So yeah, rather boring, eh? I hope you are well, and I hope you are feeling well and you keep yourself busy. If you have any questions or any suggestions, I would very much appreciate if you would just comment down below, or if you just send me a direct message on Instagram or on Ravelry, then I can consider it maybe for my next episodes. And I just want to wish you a very nice weekend. I hope you have a very good time. Hopefully you have some time off, or you can enjoy nice things. And I probably see you in 1 or 2 weeks again. Thank you, and bye bye.